Growing up in the inner city, I used to hear a siren or see police and assume the worst. It could have been violence, a shooting, a drug bust, or even gang activity. It was like a never-ending cycle. The stories all seemed to have similar hopeless endings, and I feel blessed that my story is a little bit different. I'm Officer John Levy with the Steubenville Police Department. I was born and raised in Steubenville. I've been on for about a year and a half now, and I actually live in the city still. For me growing up in the city of Steubenville, it was rough. I come from a single parent home. My mother, she had 5 children. None of our fathers were in our lives. 1 girl and 4 boys. My mother suffered from drug addiction, okay? She had a big crack cocaine problem, all right? My father, same issue, big alcoholic, and I think it kind of affected us growing up. We seen that type of behavior at a young age, and the only thing we could think of was that it was kind of normal. My sister, she's a lot older than me. She also struggled with drug addiction, and so did my brother. My sister overdosed in 2014, passed away. So drugs and alcohol was always a part of our lives. Section 8 housing, living off the welfare system, so I know how it is to be on both sides, you know what I mean? Something gave me that hope, something, it was God that gave me that hope. And it opened my eyes and it opened my heart to prayer. So now being a police officer, seeing the same children in the city and the same people, I can kind of show them a little bit. Like now they're like, oh man, anybody can do anything. It kind of makes people believe. And then I can also mentor at the same time. They put you on the news and announce that you're a police officer even before I graduated. So like I get to come home on the weekends from classes up there. It's in Columbus, Ohio. And people are like, oh my gosh, man, you're a police officer. We haven't had a black cop in 20 years. Or they're giving me all this, they're pumping my head up, giving me all this excitement. I'm thinking like, wow, this is kind of bigger than what I expected. It's bigger than me because it's making every kid that was in my position that didn't have anything, that their parents are strung out on dope, that's giving them a chance to think, wow, I can do anything I want to do. You know what I mean? It's actually possible. Because I never seen no black cop growing up. You know what I mean? I didn't, you know, everybody thinks police are bad. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, for me to actually, you know, look at the same kids and think, wow, you're a cop, you're from here, and me knowing their parents or me knowing their grandparents or their brothers and sisters, they can relate to me. It kind of opens up their eyes. Vagabond Missions has changed my life in many ways by taking us across the world on mission trips like California, North Bay, Atlanta, New York. It gave me a chance to actually interact with other people as well as find God. Early April, Easter Vigil in 2009, I got baptized and confirmed at Holy Family Ministries, and it just opened my eyes to a lot of things. It let me put God first, you know what I mean, like I should in my life, and let me actually see that someone is there through prayer, through adoration. It opened my eyes a lot to actually see what the world is like.
For us, this has been an important time to really look at and examine who we are. As we change names from Dirty Vagabond Ministries to Vagabond Missions, it's more than just a name. It's kind of doubling down on who we are and what we're about. And we want to invite you to be a part of that. That for us, change happens as we break the cycle of hopelessness, as we speak truth and love into kids' lives. And it only happens because people like you care. People like you donate. People like you give of their time to serve. The mission is to show the love of Jesus by putting flesh on, by putting, like Jesus did, he put flesh on the gospel, flesh on the message of who God is. And so that's what we're all about. That's what we're doing. And we want to invite you today to be a part of not just John's story, but of all the kids that we're reaching in all the missions in all the cities that we're working in, that you get to be a part of that story. You get to be a part of the change. You get to be a part of breaking the cycle of hopelessness.